Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the TOWILD DLite 1800 bike light. It's got a lot of features, and it's a nice upgrade from the TOWILD CL 1200. This is still a light I use all the time. It's a great light, but they sent me this one to try out, and it's taken me a while, partially because it's been below zero for a long time. But anyway, I have some beam shots of it that I'll put in at the end. But starting out, what we've got is a fairly powerful light with USB-C charging, but it runs both directions. You can also charge your phone with this. I tested it out, and you are getting the full 5 volts out the back if you want to use this as a battery pack. It has two beams, a focus beam and more of an area beam, or what they call a flood, and it has a hood over the top. So even though you could mount it upside down, and in fact this mounting collar on the light you can actually reverse, just unscrew the torque screws and flip it over, so you can run it underneath if you wanted to occupy the space above with a computer or something else. But this is how I usually use it. It does come with a GoPro mount as well, so if you wanted to put it onto a helmet, then that's pretty easy to do. And once you do that, then the remote control that you can get for it really comes into play, because that would allow you to control the light hands-free, or basically with the remote. This just is a simulated handlebar here, so it just clips on using kind of this O-ring. So they send a couple of O-rings for different sizes. But anyway, what happens here? Okay, first of all, there's a lot of little nuances. I've got two beams. The maximum without the remote, maximum brightness is 1800 in the focus beam, 1800 lumens. But if I use this button on the remote and hold it in, then I can actually get the full 2100 lumens that this thing's capable of. Otherwise, it cycles through a 600 or 200 lumens. So if you're in a a smaller space, a city or something, 200 lumens is usually plenty, or as a signal light, rather than a full-on ride at night light. The 200 is great. 600 is is plenty for most area lighting. And then if you go to the focus beam, you can get either 600 lumens on low or 1800 on high for reaching way out, because you don't need as much light. Depends how fast you're riding, if you're road biking or mountain biking. I took it out snow biking for the video, which you're not going super fast, but you want to be able to see what's around you as well. So anyway, there's a couple of things going on here. You notice it blinks right there. That tells me it's in its intelligent mode. And an intelligent mode means when I turn this thing on, if I leave it, say I park my bike and walk away but forget, or I start my ride and it's dark because it's early morning, I'm commuting, in 2 minutes this will shut off. But the moment I touch it, it will light up again. If less than a certain amount of time, I don't remember what it is, an hour or 2 hours have passed. Otherwise, it just totally shuts off. So there's less worry that you're going to actually burn the thing out or use up your battery by forgetting to turn it off for the day. If I hold this button down, what happens is it changes to green. Green is a full-on manual mode, and that will just stay on. So I've overridden the intelligent shutdown, or the kind of vibrator shake to wake feature there. I also can control either one by the remote. You can see by pushing the buttons here, I can turn it on, off, and then cycle through it. When I cycle through it, I'll go ahead and show you here. This is the cycle button. This is the on-off button. If I go to cycle through, you can actually see that I can turn on, right now the top, it's hard to see I guess, the top of this is off, the bottom has a light, versus now they're both on. Can't really see as well, but I can cycle through it in both brightness. Here, if I turn it on and then click this, there's my brightest of the, let me turn this is my my area light. That's the brightest of the area light. That's the flashing area light, and that's just the regular low area light. And then if I cycle to both, which then is the brightest, I can cycle this thing through its capabilities as well. And if I want, I can hit my magic button here and take this thing on up to the full 2000 or 2100 lumens. You can see as it kicks on. It's pretty bright. What else? The more I use this, the simplicity of it, especially with the ability to control it with a remote, really kind of makes life simple once you get used to this. The remotes also work with this. That's where I learned about them. Because a lot of times you're with gloves, or if I do have this mounted underneath, which would actually be right side up, but this would be reversed, and you know what I mean. And what happens is just having this to turn your light on or to control it, add a little extra juice, or cycle through if I want to tone it down just a little bit, head it into a populated area or something, or I want to immediately turn it up. This is just a nice added feature. These aren't very expensive either. The retail's under $100. In fact, I think the retail's about $80 for something like this. And there's a discount right now. You can check them out. Build quality, beautiful aluminum. The ability to charge your phone makes a difference right there. So you can see it kicks on, and I'll get there's my 5 volts coming out of it. It does come with this adapter here, which is USB-C to USB-A. Both for charging it and for charging your device. Anyway, I am pleased with this light. I'm glad they're innovating. It's nice to have some fast upgrading in the bike light space. And definitely, a lot of times I'm very quick to clip this thing on, take off, get to my location, pop it off, in order to hopefully not have to go buy it again at the pawn shop, which there is a kind of a cycle going on, I noticed in some towns, where got nice bike stuff, gets stolen, you got to go buy it at the pawn shop for pennies on the dollar, and then put it back on, it gets stolen, go back, go buy it. Anyway, another video for that. So there it is, the TOWILD DLite 1800 intelligent dual LED bike light. Let's go outside and see what it does. Alright, so I'm outside. You can see it's dark. I've just turned on the light, and you can see it's in the intelligent mode, which means it's blue. You can also see the hood there is protecting your eyes from the edge view. That's important on a lot of lights. I had it set originally at just the general flood, and then that's the focus beam. So it's shooting out. That's a good probably 60-80 yards. You're able to look out on the flats like that. Now I'm going to attempt to ride by holding my phone and riding by light. You can see it's now in the green mode. I changed it to the manual, so I was pushing buttons with the gloves on. It easily lights up the space. Got my fat bike out. I can easily ride into the snow. So here's a comparison of both the area and the focus beam. And off, so you can actually see how big a difference this makes. Off, you can see some lights way in the distance, and then there is the area and focus, and just the area switching back and forth. Amazing light. So here we are, the TOWILD DLite 1800, and with that, Doc out.